How to set up your workspace in less than 5 minutes. To create smart contracts, you will need a proper working environment. In this video, I will show you how you can get a working environment that contains a Ubuntu-based virtual machine in a browser, Node.js, Truffle framework, and TestRPC. With these tools, you will be able to easily create, deploy, and test your smart contracts. First, we are going to set our virtual machine. Some of you might already be using Unix operating system such as Ubuntu, Debian, or OS X. In that case, it is perfectly fine to skip this stage and have both Truffle and TestRPC installed directly on your personal machine. If you are using another operating system or just don't want to add anything else to your current environment, like me, I suggest you to use C9, which is a free IDE tool. It is a free service that allows you to create online Ubuntu-based container with full terminal capacities that can be accessed directly from your browser. And the address is c9.io. Once registered, you will be greeted with the following screen. Click on Create New Workspace to get your workspace. In this screen, we are going to name our workspace. I will name mine Ethereum. You can also choose whether to have your workspace private or public. In this case, I will leave mine as public. At the bottom of the page, we can choose a template. As both Truffle and TestRPC run on Node.js, we will choose this option for now to save us some time in the future. Now we just need to press Create Workspace and wait a few minutes for our workspace to be ready. Now that our working space is ready, I will just close this README screen over here and move my terminal screen to the top. Now I can start installing my components. First, I will install my Truffle framework by typing sudo npm install Truffle. We will need to wait a few seconds before it is installed. Once Truffle is installed, we can install TestRPC on our workspace by typing sudo npm install Ethereum.js TestRPC. Again, we will just have to wait for a couple of seconds for it to complete. Now that we have both TestRPC and Truffle installed on our workspace, it is time to test them. In order to test them, I will create a simple Truffle project. A Truffle project is basically a set of files that contains the smart contracts themselves, some configuration files to have the smart contracts deployed, and a test file that will run at the end of the deployment and make sure that all of the methods in the smart contract are functioning properly. I will first create a new directory and I will call it demo. And then I will cd into that directory. When I am in my project directory, I will initiate a mock Truffle project by simply typing Truffle init. Once completed, I will launch my TestRPC from another terminal. TestRPC will be used as a private blockchain. This blockchain isn't really connected to any other node on the Ethereum network, and its coin doesn't hold any real value. It is a short-living blockchain that runs only locally on your machine, and it is only used to speed up testing in a secure environment. So instead of having your smart contracts deployed and called from the real Ethereum blockchain or its testnet, which can sometimes be very slow and cumbersome, TestRPC will imitate the entire process of interacting with the blockchain in just a matter of seconds. We will launch our mock private chain by simply typing TestRPC on our second terminal window. Now the TestRPC is up and running, we will just call our test file by typing Truffle test. Truffle will now deploy our smart contracts to the local mock private blockchain created by TestRPC. Once completed, it will run the test file that will call the smart contracts method to make sure that they all works properly. And that is it. We can now see that the smart contracts have been deployed, and we can also see over here the test file results. And now you have all that is required to start and work on your own smart contracts.